What's going on, YouTube? Yeah, I'm back. I just wanted to add to some of the things I was talking about in the last video. You know, I left out a couple details about the towel rub method, so here we go. About washing, I was talking about how, you can wash, but I didn't really get the details of how, when, stuff like that, so let me do that now. Alright, as said before, I used apple cider vinegar. Pretty much I poured it in a bottle, much like this one right here, about this much of it, and about twice as much in water. Just shook the bottle for a while, pour it over my hair, tie my hair in a plastic bag for a few minutes, not more than 10 to 15, washed it out. That's what I've been doing. But, how often have I been doing it? That's a big question. So when I started the whole process, the guy who kind of led me on to it told me not to wash. He didn't really get into specific details. He was just more like, don't wash as often. And it wasn't a problem for me because I was already washing it with natural things, with apple cider vinegar, so my hair had no residue in it. So it wasn't a problem for me to cut down on washing. Now, as I went on with my experience, I realized that it really doesn't matter. Washing not as often or washing often, it doesn't matter. It's not going to stop your hair from locking. Now, me, when I first started, I was doing it in intervals of 2 weeks. I was washing every 2 weeks. The first week, I couldn't take it, so after 10 days, I washed my hair. Yeah, because, I was too used to washing. But at one point, I even went 3 weeks because it wasn't that big a deal. At one point, you just get used to it. Now that, I stopped the towel rub and all that, I stopped it a long time ago. So now I wash more, like once a week and stuff like that. But, when I don't have time for it, I don't stress it. The whole thing about it is wash at your own rhythm, at your own pace. It's called free-forming, and it's called free-forming for a reason. That reason is do it as you please. Wash whenever you feel like washing. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. You don't have to, kind of like accommodate your washing to any specific thing. You just keep washing the way you've been washing. It's not gonna stop your hair from locking. But the products you use are really going to be important. Like I said, Cupidvalentino can lead you on to really great things to use and stuff like that. And yeah, check them out. That's all I can really tell you about washing. Now, what else can I talk about? People ask, how long did I really rub for? Like I said, I didn't do it for more than a week and a half. What happens is, after a week and a half, the sections will already start forming, so you won't have to keep rubbing. You can keep rubbing if you want. That's a choice. That's a choice. Me, I wanted mine thicker, so I stopped rubbing after a week and a half. And what I was used to do is sometimes I'll just connect them, the ones that were close enough. I'll just twist in the same rotation as I was rubbing, and pretty much just connect them together, down together and stuff like that. Well, eventually, some of them stick, some of them separate. It's just it naturally happens. You don't have to force anything, but at one point you won't need to use a towel anymore because the sections will already be there. Just like mine, you can see mine, I stopped rubbing a long time ago. And what I mean by connect them pretty much is Congo them up, but do it really early because you don't want to wait until they start locking if you want to Congo them up. Like, I don't know which one I can show you. The camera, it's really poor, and it depends on the light outside. It's not that sunny, so. Like this one right here, the first two at one point were divided. They weren't like that, but I just Congo them up myself, just in the same pattern as I was rubbing. I just Congo them up and they stuck. After a while they stuck together. That's the way they're gonna grow from now on. And I have plenty of them in there, but my camera, it's just not good, so I can't really show you anything. So you don't have to rub for that long. Not more than 2 weeks max. You can keep doing it, like I said, because it is free forming. So I really want to encourage everybody out there to just go at their own pace. Do it the way you please. It's free forming. Experiment as much as you can. That's the whole point of the journey. Some things will work out, some things won't, but at least you will know for yourself. You won't need us, to tell you anything. You will know what works and what doesn't work. Like, for example, one random night, after not washing for like I said, because I tried 3 weeks without washing, and then I was just annoyed with it, so I decided in the middle of the night to go wash my hair, and it didn't go so well because I didn't use this. Okay, I didn't have any of this, so I used regular soap to do it because I was like, why not? Let me just try to see what happens. I just used regular soap, and like pretty much when I was done, I had a bush again. It looked like I had a fro that was not combed. That's what it looked like. And I was kind of frustrated a little bit, but like I said, it's free-forming, and to me, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. This is free-forming, enjoy it. So I thought about, I was like, what I'm saying, let me just sleep over it and see what happens in the morning. So I woke up in the morning and my hair was just extra dry, like it had not been this dry ever, and it looked like just a dry bush. So, there was some panic, but not too much. I just got my towel again. For, after a long time of not doing it, got my towel, rubbed for a little bit, not too long, just a little bit or whatever, and just started, just twisting them up myself pretty much in the same patterns as they were before. And next thing you know, they all came back. They all came back. I'm not gonna lie, it was a frustrating process, but they all came back. They were all back because from rubbing all those times before, in that first couple weeks or whatever, the sections remembered. The sections had already taken their path and stuff like that, so there was nothing to worry about. That's the beauty about freeforming. We may not go to locticians, then that's because we don't need them. We don't need them. Like there's nothing they can do that's gonna be so amazing to the point where it'll make that much a difference. I was good, when I left my hair alone, it came back to normal, and I just moved on. I just moved on to the next thing. It hasn't been a problem for me, and I don't think it'll be a problem for you if you do it the right way. What else can I talk about as far as towel rub? You don't have to rub that hard. Don't overdo it and get your head hurt. Don't be too harsh with it. That's all I can really say. I already told you about using a darker color towel. It'll be better, not necessarily. Alright, and then sleeping after that. Well, mine were flat, because I used to sleep on my hair. Who cares? I used to sleep on it in the morning. I rub a little bit again, it'll go back, but it was flat after I woke up. I didn't mind. Some people said wrap your hair in something. I tried wrapping my hair, in like a shirt or something like that for 2 nights. I didn't like it. So I took it off, and I don't use anything. If my hair is gonna be flat, eventually it's gonna get back to its normal shape, so nothing to worry about. I don't think it's that big a deal if your hair is flat or whatever it is. And whatever shape you want them to be in, you can kind of twist them yourself into them if you care enough. Some people won't care. You just leave them alone. That's fine also. Just experiment as much as you can. That's all I can tell you. And hey, if I have anything else to add to it, I'm gonna make another video. Let me know about all your questions, what I'm saying. If I didn't cover something, let me know. I'll cover it up. It's nothing, what I'm saying. And keep checking out those other people that I miss around YouTube that I've seen that are, that are good, that are helpful. And I'm gonna check y'all later. Shalom.